So here's a local copy of the CraftQuest site, and as you can see, it's missing the main navigation. So let's go ahead and build that. And the first way we're going to do that is with static navigation. Static navigation is good for simplicity and also for speed because there are no queries involved. There's no database access involved. So it creates very fast navigation. And we're building the navigation right in the HTML or in the Twig code. And this is the simplest of all the implementations that we'll cover in this course. And it's also the one that I most commonly use in my projects because I'm both the developer and the client. So I can make this type of trade-off without many downsides. Now, this would otherwise be ideal for small websites, maybe where the navigation won't change frequently or at all. A lot of brochure websites are typical for this. Or something like in my situation where it's developer controlled. I'm both the developer and the owner, and I can just go in and change the code if I do need to update the navigation. It's not a big problem. The static navigation is a set and forget approach, and it comes with the assumption that the navigation won't change very often. So let's jump into the code and look at what this would look like. It's pretty straightforward. And is really going to depend on your own markup and styling. So for CraftQuest, we're just going to deal with the desktop navigation in this video, but you could also have a similar way to manage the navigation for a mobile navigation. If you have a separate mobile nav, you'd want to manage that either, in this case, with static markup or with one of the other options that I'm going to show later on. So let me just drop this in and then take a look. So there's really not much going on here. We're just checking for a current user. If there is a current user, we're going to show the dashboard link. That way they can get to their dashboard. And then we just show all the different items. So here's the quests. That should just be quests like that. And we're just checking for the segment here to see if we're on that page. If we are, we just add some additional classes to it to highlight it as active. And that's all there is to it, just a series of links with some styling. Practically speaking, it looks like this. That is all there is to it. And for a long time, this is how the CraftQuest navigation was done. And again, this is a perfectly fine option if you're working on a really simple site like a brochure site or a marketing or event site where it's not going to change. And you get the benefit of it being as fast as possible because there's no database queries required to render this navigation. All right, let's move on to another type of navigation, and we'll start to get into a little bit of dynamic displaying of data.